going up against very young Mark Starr. And, well, Bob, last week happened to receive a message from, from the Ninja. He doesn't have a whole lot of words to say to us, but it was a letter from Kendo Nagasaki, the head of Hiroshima Limited, stating that he will return. And you have a little bit more to explain about that, I understand.
Well, in the ensuing weeks, Dan, we found out Gordon Soley was given a notice that through legal action, Kendo Nagasaki has gotten an injunction that those loser-leave town contracts are invalidated by the fact that they're in restraint of trade, the right to work law. And it's, in a sense, if they signed the contracts willingly, it's kind of a cheap out, but it is an out. He's got an injunction. It's still up in the air. Now, the Ninja, in a couple of towns, in an attempt to get rid of Luger, Ninja had signed, I guess through Kendo's guidance, had signed a couple of loser-leave town matches. One in Orlando, I believe, and I believe one in Tampa, I'm not sure. But again, those contracts are validated, so the Ninja is still free to do what he's been trying to do all along, is regain the face of his master, his teacher, Kendo Nagasaki. And we saw him earlier involved in that incident with Lex Luger and Barry Windham.
Yes, we did. Part of the shock troops.
He missed a move there. Two young men here, both talented, both ambitious. I feel like the Ninja's got a slight edge here with his martial arts background and the fact that he's got more than just his personal ambitions at stake. He's got orders from, again, his guide, his teacher, his master in a sense. The man doesn't own him physically, but he does in a sense own his loyalty. He owns these men and the organization have a very strong sense of duty. And their honor, their decency, their pride, their self-respect is all wrapped up in that duty. And whether he finds it personally distasteful is not at all, it's not even a question. That personal doesn't come into it. Again, he has instructions, and that's his duty to carry out. And so again, I know he's not working for Humperdinck anymore. Or in fact, Humperdinck was revealed as an employee of Kendo Nagasaki. But in these situations where the shock troops are involved and Humperdinck's down there, I keep seeing the Ninja in there looking for a chance again. If he could cripple Lex Luger or Barry Windham, he would regain a lot of face for Kendo Nagasaki. And in that sense, this is a young man on a mission, and I hope it's mission impossible. But again, he's got a lot at stake. His honor, his personal honor. I imagine in that personal society, his ranking as far as how long will he remain a student because he becomes a master himself.
So I would have to say, Bob, that he's getting very close to that. We've been watching the Ninja for some time now. I've had the opportunity to watch him in my association with Championship Wrestling from Florida, and over the last few months, really has impressed me. He doesn't use a whole lot of the martial arts, maybe adaptations of certain moves and things. But he's really quite a wrestler. I don't see a whole lot of emotion on his face at times. He functions like a machine, I might say so.
Well, it's a very sound tactic. Even when he's hurt, he doesn't show it. In that sense, he doesn't give an opponent any reading on it. If he's hurt, you can't tell, like I say. And so he gives the impression that he's not hurt, and that can really unnerve an opponent. When he's done maybe his best move, punched him right in the mouth, and the man is just staring at him with an impassive look on his face. Very strong psychological play. And it takes a lot of personal discipline. Now in this case, I saw a moment ago he used a move that we saw patented here by Jerry Gray, and the Ninja apparently picked it up again where the man was behind him. He sat straight down and dropped the man's chin and thrown her across his own shoulder, and now he's opened up his attack. Cuts the wind with the rope. He's got a 5 count to break.
Well, he's going after the eyes of Mark Starr, and he has been scraping at them, and as well as the upper body around the neck, trying to take his breath away.
Well, in a sense, Dan, what they're doing there, they're not like trying to pull the man's eyeballs out. They're putting pressure on him because it's
to blur the vision.
Blur the vision is a frightening move. When somebody goes for your eyes, if you've been in a fight or
well, they're so vulnerable, as we've seen with Kendo Windham.
It's a frightening thing when a man goes for your eyes, shuts off your vision, you're in the dark, right here, just a blatant choke. But again, he's got a 5 count. He got the 4 there, he's got a 5 count to break these moves. And he's a very astute young student of the wrestling. We were talking about his martial arts background. I see it in the way he moves around the ring. not particular martial art moves like kicks and chops and punches, although he doesn't punch, if you notice. He throws more of a direct half chop, half thrust with his hand. It's very effective.
And it's also very quick.
Very quick.
To us watching and you watching at home on television, it's just amazing to me how quickly that thrust can go into the side of the neck or into the head, just as you've seen there. It doesn't seem like it would hurt, but boy, it does. And I want to take this opportunity, Bob, to mention many youngsters out there who are watching. Believe me, please do not try any of these moves at home with your brothers, your sisters, your friends. These are things that need to be learned, well, under the direct supervision of someone who really understands and knows what kind of damage can happen if you do it wrong.
That's a good advice, Stan, because again, these men have trained. They've trained for a long time before they ever got in a professional wrestling ring to try out their moves. And you can see the young Mark Starr right here. He's had some experience. He's had several years of experience, and he's getting a lesson right now. He's getting not only a wrestling lesson, but a lesson in being brutalized.
Well, I think it kind of goes back. We were talking about not being able to read any kind of message on the ninja's face. Not being able to get any idea what kind of move might be coming up or how to plot your defense. And, Mark Starr is just trying to possibly get his breath back. He's had his neck attacked. His eyes have been pressured, and I'm sure he's maybe a little bit dazed in the ring right now.
Well, it's been all ninja's way up till now.
Well, here should be a patented move by the ninja, the backflip into a body press. No, Mark Starr missed.
Counter and counter. Beautiful move. Mark Starr was laying in the bushes there for him. In midair, Ninja noticed. He noticed that.
That infuriated the Ninja.
But, I mean, what reactions? In midair, he saw him move and landed on his feet. Now, this time, he softened him up.
He thinks he's got him in a position
I think that this time, yes.
Yes, he's got him. And there's the 3 count for the Ninja against Mark Starr. Really a fantastic job.
Stan, whether you like the man or not, like his tactics or not, like his master or not, you have to admit he is a fantastic